Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Madrasa TV show. This is a show where we bring you Madrasa right in front of your TV screens. I'm a teacher of Ustaz Hamza, and today I'm here to teach you things you never learn in a madrasa. Boys and girls, on Madrasa TV show today, I am going to be teaching you calligraphy lesson. Not only that, I am going to teach you a beautiful dua, and right at the end, I will be teaching you one of the most common surahs that I read all the time, but you might be reading them without tajweed. So I'm going to teach you how to recite the surah with tajweed. Not only that, I'm going to show you a little bit of spelling so you understand how to read Quran, inshallah ta'ala. Boys and girls, this show is going to be really exciting, but you need to do something. You need to quickly go grab yourself a pen so you can actually participate. Look, here comes Bunny, and he's going to drop the pen to me there. Boys and girls, where's your pen? Do you have a pen ready? We're going to start off by writing, inshallah ta'ala, a beautiful dua from Quran, a verse in Quran. Let's go straight to our first segment, shall we? Let's go, boys and girls. Boom. Let's start, inshallah ta'ala. The dua that I want you guys to write today is this beautiful dua. You read this every single time, every day, but you never realize this is actually a dua. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. 3 words, boys and girls. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Let's try it together, inshallah ta'ala, and have a look at this page. Is a blank page, and if I go here and add all the lines, this is what we need. Ooh, mashallah, tabarakallah. Look at this, mashallah, tabarakallah. This is what we need. Now let me explain, inshallah ta'ala, what exactly I would like to do. Boys and girls, leave the first line empty. Never use the first line. Think of it as a ceiling. You got line number 3, 2. Let's go full page here. You're going to be writing on this line, and this line. But then never, ever write on the next 2 lines. Never. Okay? So here are the lines, inshallah ta'ala, that you will be writing on. If I can stretch a straight line here, draw a straight line here, most of my letters are going to be sitting on this line. Here we go. Okay, so example, whenever you write your letter, you'll be writing it here. Alif, Dal, for example, Kaf. But some letters will go below this yellow line, but you're never going to be writing anything here. You follow, guys? Let's start, inshallah ta'ala, 3 words. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. You will understand this very well when I teach you dua in the next segment, inshallah ta'ala, which is similar to this dua. Ihdina. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Ihdina. Hamza. Ha. Dal. Noon. And then Alif. Let me break it down, inshallah ta'ala. After Hamza, we have Ha. Here is Ha. Let's stretch it all the way. All the way. Why am I stretching it? And then this. And then we have Noon. And then Alif. Ihdina. Easy. Now I stretch Ha because there's otherwise a little bit too much gap. I don't want to see too many gaps here. Ihdina. Boys and girls, I'll let you finish this off. Next one. As-sirata. As-sirata. Hamza. And then we have lam. الصراط. Lam, صاد. And then we have ra. Ra. Alif. And then we have ta. And ta comes with the alif. الصراط. الصراط. Next word is going to be al-mustaqim. I'll let you guys write this. Hamza, lam, sad, ra, alif, ta. Can you see, for example, ta here is made of alif and ta. And then al-mustaqim. Al-mustaqim. Hamza. Lam. And then we have mim. Just like Hamza and lam here. Al-sirata, no, as-sirata. I'll explain why do we read it as as-sirata, although it looks like al-sirata. And now here we say al-mustaqim. Mim. Sin. And then we have ta. And then we have qa. Ya. Mim. Look at mim. That is easy. As-sirata. As-sirata al-mustaqim. As-sirata al-mustaqim. Boys and girls, 3 words. Now what I would do at the end of this, let's draw a round circle. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. And this ayah is the second last ayah of Surah Al-Fatiha, which makes it ayah number 6. 6. Now, I would like to take you all the way back. And now we add dots. First we write letters, then we add dots, then we add tashkilat. Together. Ihdina. The only letter here is noon, with a dot on top. As-sirata. As-sirata. And then al-mustaqim. Ta with 2 dots on top. This is 2 dots underneath. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. Boys and girls, we're still not done. We aim to add tashkilat. Let's do that. Let's do that. Fatha, kasra and dhamma. Are you guys writing? Because Bunny is. Boys and girls, look at that. MashaAllah. Looks like Bunny is super ready. Ihdina. Hamza. Ha sukun. Dal kasra. Di. Ihdi. Noon fatha with alif sukun. Na. Ihdina. Ihdina. As-sirata. Hamza to wasl. Leave lam empty. And this is why we don't read this lam. I'll explain. Sad with the shadda. As. Sad kasra si. As-si. Rata. Ra fatha alif sukun ra. Ta fatha ta. As-sirata. And then we have al-mustaqim. Hamza fatha lam sukun. Aha, now lam has a sukun, which means we read lam. You see why is it so important that you leave 2 lines empty? So you're not putting these things and they're mixing up with these things. You must leave some gap between each and every line. You guys can write it entirely in 1 line, 3 words right next to each other. But I'm writing my words, each word in a line because my words are massive, gigantic. Al. Mim dhamma, sin sukun, mus. Ta fatha ta. Musta. Qaf kasra ya sukun, qi. Mustaqi. We say mustaqim, but in Quran it is al-mustaqima. So we're going to add a fatha here. Although this is al-mustaqim, why do we read it as al-mustaqim? Well, I'll explain that after a short break. Boys and girls, well done, inshallah ta'ala. We'll be back after a short break to continue. I have a dua segment for you. We'll teach you a dua from hadith, which is very similar to this dua. But come back, I will explain this verse to you so you can raise your hand and read this as a dua, inshallah ta'ala. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. You are asking Allah Azza wa Jal for guidance. Come back, inshallah ta'ala. We have a dua segment and we have a tajweed segment. Boys and girls, after a short break, we will continue. Stay with us and don't go anywhere. We'll be back after a short break. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, welcome back, boys and girls. Just before the break, we were learning some calligraphy, and look at that calligraphy. Oh, that's not the calligraphy. I'm talking about this calligraphy, boys and girls. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. Boys and girls, are we ready? If we are, inshallah ta'ala, we are going to be learning this together. What does Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim? By the way, this is a dua. It's in Surah Al-Fatiha. Surah Al-Fatiha is a dua itself. That's why at the end you say, Ameen. Did you ever notice that? You didn't notice that. Guess who noticed? Bunny. Ameen. Here we go. What does Ihdina mean? It means guide us. Who are we asking guide us from? Allah. Guide us to what? Sirat, the path. Which path? Mustaqim, the straight path. What a beautiful dua. I'm going to show you another dua from hadith that uses same words, inshallah ta'ala. But you got to understand, this is from Quran. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, and Quran is full of ad'iyah, du'as. Now, this word here is read as ihdina. Let me explain this real quick. This is Hamza to wasl. It can be a, I, u. And one of the ways of figuring it out, that you look at the second letter, first letter, the second letter, and you copy this right here. So this is I. Boys and girls, next word is as-sirata. You don't read this lam here. It's an empty lam. We call it lam al-shamsiyya. And every time you see Hamza next to a lam like this, ignore the lam. This word is al-mustaqima, but when we stop here, this cancels. It becomes al-mustaqim. Boys and girls, are we ready for the next segment? Are we? If we are, let's go to our daily dua segment. And I hope that you practice calligraphy, and make sure you send me a calligraphy later on the WhatsApp number. I can share with everyone on the show. Let's go! is a dua. I want you guys to read this dua with me first, then we will try to understand it. Allahumma اغفر لي وارحمني وعافني واهدني وارزقني. What a beautiful dua. Oh Allah, forgive me, have mercy upon me, give me strength, guide me. Oh yes, guide me. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. Guide us to the straight path. And grant me sustenance, rizq. What a beautiful dua. We're actually going to write this dua, but I'll try not to teach you too much calligraphy, otherwise you guys will be bored. But if you write this dua, inshallah ta'ala, you will be memorizing it, inshallah ta'ala, at the same time. Boys and girls, there are 5 things here that you're asking Allah Azza wa Jal for. It's a dua from a sunnah, it is in Sahih al-Muslim. What a beautiful dua. Let's try to go over it one more time. Allahumma اغفر لي ارحمني وعافني واهدني وارزقني. What a beautiful one, mashallah, tabarakallah, boys and girls. Forgive me, have mercy upon me, strengthen me, guide me, and grant me sustenance. May Allah bless you, boys and girls. Are you ready? What are you ready for? Let's write this dua together, inshallah ta'ala. Allahumma, let's write it together, inshallah. I'm going to try to write this, and you can try to copy this. Allahumma, Allahumma. And after you say this, it's what? اغفر لي. So you're asking Allah for maghfirah. اغفر لي. اغفر لي. Next, وارحمني. وارحمني. وارحمني وعافني 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 واهدني واهدني and then وارزقني. Last word. وارزقني وارزقني. There we go. Now I wrote each one of these words separately so we can translate them, inshallah ta'ala. Allahumma, oh Allah. A lot of ad'iyah starts with this word here, Allahumma. Allahumma, calling to Allah Azza wa Jal. You're calling on Allah. اغفر لي. There you go. Now have a look at this. اغفر لي ني عافني دني وارزقني. May Allah bless you. Look at these. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. May Allah bless you. Now, what did I highlight? Why did I highlight the yellow things? The yellow things here, the years, they are for you. If you were to say, all of us, you say, اغفر لنا, ارحم لنا, عافنا, اهدنا, وارزقنا. But this is اغفر لي, ارحمني, عافني, واهدني, وارزقني. Boys and girls, I hope you understand. I'll add the dots for you because this is not Quran. So here, you can understand this. These are all the yas. Okay. Go back here. What's the meaning of اغفر لي? اغفر لي means, forgive me. Forgive me. اغفر لي. Forgive me. ارحمني. Mercy upon me. ارحمني. Mercy upon me. You see all of them me. ارحمني. عافني. عافية means good health. And it can also mean strength. Strengthen me. And then اهدني. Guide me. And then ارزقني give me, let's just say a rizq for now. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Allahumma ghfirli warhamni wa'afini wahdini warzuqni. May Allah bless you. Boys and girls, may Allah bless you. Let's, inshallah ta'ala, compare here. Ighfirli, forgive me, memorize this. Warhamni, forgive me. Afini, strengthen me. Ihdini, give me guidance. And urzuqni, give me rizq. Here's a dua. And now this dua, now compare it to this. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. Oh Allah, guide me to the straight path. Oh Allah, guide me to the straight path. What a beautiful dua, boys and girls. Now my question to you is, when are you going to use this dua? When should you say this dua? I think you should say every single time after salah. Maybe make it part of your daily dua that you ask Allah Azza wa Jal for these 5 things, because the Prophet ﷺ used to. It's beautiful that this dua starts with Ighfirli, forgive me. The first thing you want to ask Allah for is forgiveness. If you are forgiven, then Allah is happy from you, then Jannah is yours. If Allah chose to forgive you, Allahu Akbar. The second thing is Irhamni, means have mercy upon me. Afini means strengthen me. So you're asking Allah Azza wa Jal for mercy after you ask Him for forgiveness. When you raise your hand and you make dua, it's sunnah that you should ask Allah for forgiveness. You send salawat on the beloved Prophet ﷺ, and then you ask Allah. Look at this dua. It starts off by asking Allah for forgiveness, then mercy, and then you asking Allah for strength. Beautiful. And then guidance. Because for you to follow guidance, you need strength. May Allah strengthen our iman. And then rizq means what? Sustenance. Allahu Akbar. Sustenance can mean good health, obedient children, money, health. It encompasses everything. Boys and girls, what a beautiful dua, mashallah, tabarakallah. I wrote this dua and I hope you write it too so you can remember it. Allahumma ghfirli, warhamni, wa'afini, wahdini, warzuqni. Let's have a look at it, inshallah ta'ala, one more time as we read it, boys and girls, as we read it. Ighfirli. Let's highlight it, inshallah ta'ala. Ighfirli, warhamni, afini, wahdini, warzuqni. I would like you to understand each one of these words. Maghfirah means forgiveness. Rahmah means mercy, like the name of Allah Ar-Rahman. Afiyah. I had a student once upon a time, her name was Afiyah, means good health. Afiyah. Hidayah, guidance. Rizq. Rizq, sustenance. May Allah bless you. You're asking Allah Azza wa Jal for 5 things. May Allah bless you, boys and girls. Let's take a short break, because when I come back, I have a Tajweed lesson for you, and I am going to teach you Surah An-Nas today. Boys and girls, a lot of you read Surah An-Nas, but very few of you actually read it with Tajweed. So I want you guys to come back and learn this surah with me, and I'll be teaching you this surah with Tajweed, and I'm also going to explain some spelling rules that you may never learned before. So we are going to go over some spelling, inshallah ta'ala, some Tajweed, and I'm also going to highlight, inshallah ta'ala, for you a lot of Tajweed rules as we recite the surah together, because I don't want you to be making a mistake when you recite the surah, and know how to recite the surah with Tajweed. Boys and girls, Surah An-Nas, inshallah ta'ala, after a short break. Make sure you come back. I know you may know this surah, but you need to understand the rules, and so maybe someone is reciting one day and you can correct them. Short break, we'll be back. Stay with us, don't go anywhere. Come back after the break. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back, boys and girls. Just before the break, we were learning a beautiful dua, and here is that dua: Allahumma ghfirli warhamni wa'afini wahdini warzuqni. And before that, in the calligraphy segment, boys and girls, we were learning how to write Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, a verse from Surah Al-Fatiha, which is also a dua. Are you ready? Because I am about to teach you, inshallah ta'ala, a very good tajweed lesson. Boys and girls, let's go to our tajweed class.
أرجو به أن ينفع الطلاب والأجر والقبول والثواب.
We will be going over Surah An-Nas today, boys and girls. A lot of you know this surah, but you may have never read it with tajweed. Let's read this surah together, and then I will explain the tajweed rules. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. Boys and girls, did you pay attention? بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. Let's have a look at the first ayah. قل أعوذ برب الناس. There's a gunna here. 2 counts. Move on to next one. ملك الناس. غنة. Next. إله الناس. غنة. Next. من شر الوسواس الخناس. من شر خناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس. قلنا again in yellow. من الجنة والناس. All the غنas from nose. 2 counts, 2 counts, 2 counts. بارك الله فيكم. Boys and girls, let's go back to the first ayah. We highlighted all the gunnas in yellow. Now you know when you recite this surah and anything in yellow, you must do 2 counts. I want you to go over the surah one more time, and I'm going to highlight something in blue. I'll explain why. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس. برب الناس. What do you notice about ra here? We don't say birabbi, we sing birabbi. Ra is a full mouth letter. ملك الناس. None of these letters are full mouth letter. إله الناس. Next. من شر الوسواس الخناس. خناس. Not خناس, خناس. خ. الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس. And then من الجنة والناس. بارك الله فيكم. Now I will be highlighting something in green, but bear in mind, anything in blue is a full mouth. We don't say khannas, we say khonnas. We don't say bi rabbi, we say bi rabbi. Now notice everything I highlight in green. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. قل أعوذ برب الناس. Whispering letter. ملك الناس إله الناس. A whispering letter. من شر الوسواس الخناس. Whispering letter. الذي يوسوس. A whispering letter. يوسوس. يوسوس في صدور الناس. Then من الجنة والناس. A whispering letter. Boys and girls, I taught you this surah with ghunna, full mouth letters, and whispering letters. Oh, just realized I forgot to highlight Rahmanir Rahim, a full mouth letter. Now, what we need to do here now, inshallah ta'ala, is to learn to recite this surah with the tajweed rules that I highlighted for you. But what I'm going to do, let's zoom into the first ayah, inshallah ta'ala. Here we go. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ. Why is it قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ? Well, I'll tell you why. Let's divide these words. 1, 2, 3, and 4. First word. قُلْ. قاف ضمة لام سكون. قُلْ. Next. أعوذ. همزة فتحة أ. عين ضمة واو سكون عو. أعو. ذال ضمة ذو. أعوذ. Focus with me. باء كسرة بي. را فتحة باء شدة رب. برب. برب. باء كسرة بي. بربي. Next. همزة فتحة نون شدة أن. نون فتحة ألف سكون نا. النا. سين كسرة سي. الناسي. If you follow me one more time, the way I'm spelling two letters together when one of them is silent, one of them is active. قاف ضمة with lam سكون. Because one of them is silent, one of them is active. We do not read an empty letter, a silent letter. Sorry, we do not read a silent letter on its own. قاف with lam. قل. This letter is on its own. A. Doesn't have a silent letter with it. عين ضمة واو سكون عو. واو is a silent letter. أعو. ذال ضمة ذو. أعوذ. باء ودا كسرة is بي. را فتحة باء شدة رب. برب. باء كسرة بي. بربي. قل أعوذ بربي. همزة فتحة ودا نون شدة أن. نون there is silent. the نون ودا شدة. نون فتحة ألف سكون نا. ألف there is silent. أن. سين كسرة سي. الناسي. So it's very rare that you would spell and read a letter on its own when he's spelling. Most of these letters are spelled two letters together. Although this is قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ, when we read them together we say قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ. So what's changing now? I'll show you what's changing. When we read them together, we are not reading this hamza anymore, but goes straight to noon. Bin. Nasi becomes nas. We're not reading this anymore. So let's cross what we're reading. We're not reading this. We're not reading this anymore. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ. Now this may seem too much for you, maybe because you are doing it for the first time. But if you attend this show regularly and you learn more of qa'idah and spelling, it will start to make sense to you, inshallah ta'ala. And then you'll be able to identify words in the Quran and know why you're spelling them, why you're reading them the way you read them. Qa'idah, spelling, is an explanation of why you're reading what you're reading. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. I hope you enjoyed the show, boys and girls. We'll be back, inshallah ta'ala, next time to learn more. Stay with us, and we'll be back next time. Until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.